Hi everyone, Grada here with you at the Miracle FM. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Tonight I want to change tack a little bit. Every Thursday night I talk about energy and ways to shift your energy. And tonight I want to do a 3-minute practice that's going to help you raise your frequency very, very quickly. Hi Tina, how are you? And tonight I'm sitting in my treatment room and I'm very hot actually. Sorry, and I'm running late as well, so there you go. Okay, there are my beautiful Orasoma boxes and stuff like that. And I'm just sitting on the couch pretending to be one of my own clients just to see what it feels like. Good to see you, Tina and Elizabeth and everyone. Yeah. Okay, so I have a question for you. Sometimes you've probably had days where everything goes smoothly, like you jump out of bed and you're surprised how good you feel, and then the traffic lights are all on green and people are smiling at you and your boss loves you and you get a bonus in your bank account and it's all good. It's as if the universe conspires to help you, to give you a good day. And then of course we're probably more used to having average days or bad days. So you jump out of bed and you hurt your toe and then you keep hurting your toe and during the day and the traffic lights are all on red and you run out of petrol or the internet drops out just when you have to have a Zoom meeting, and so a lot of tension builds up in your body and you literally can't wait to go home and hide under the blankets. So all of us probably know that none of those days are coincidences, and it's just simply the outer world responding to our inner world, our inner consciousness. So I mean, that's good to know, of course, but how can you change that? And so the outer world is completely responding to our energy. Now, energy is our thoughts and emotions put together, plus much, much more than that. So energy is the sum total of our thoughts, our feelings, and then our spirit, of course, what we're bringing into this world. And I don't really want to go into that too much. I just want to do a fun exercise tonight where we're going to use our thinking to raise our energy frequency very quickly, because we all know that if we get stuck in a sort of a low vibration rate, that it's just going to emphasize that pattern, so we have to interrupt that pattern. And there's also a saying that neurons that fire together wire together. So every day, if you don't catch what you're thinking and practice a little bit of a change there, your neurons are going to literally create massive clusters in your body that will constantly keep you habitual thinking patterns kind of negative and not helpful to you, and you're the one that's really hurting the most. So because energy is invisible, we sometimes can be in denial about how this happens in our world, but our universe is always tapping on our shoulder and saying, look up and watch out, and change your thinking. Changing our thinking is one thing that we can do very quickly, and that pays off massively. It's like paying it forward to ourselves. And I also want to remind you that you are not your thoughts, right? It's the same as the television isn't the movie that's playing on it. So our thoughts are just playing a movie out, usually horror movies. And then most people in the world believe that they are their thoughts, that their thoughts come from them, but that's actually not true. Thoughts are like influences that are around us in our universe, and they flow through us, and we are simply a radio station, and we tune into those frequencies. So this is also about tuning your frequency up. So I'm going to do a fun exercise, but first of all I'm just going to check in with you and ask where your attention has been in the last week. Or where was your attention yesterday, like your focal point? Or where was it today even? And where is it right now? So just tune into that and be really, really honest with yourself. So just spend a minute thinking about where your attention has been, because where your attention is, energy will flow. It's like the energy has no choice because it has to flow where your attention is. Okay, so just tune in. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question and you can put it in the comment box. By the way, I want to know, I'm curious to know where your attention has been and if it's been working for you and how that's been working for you. Because your energy will follow your attention. And if your attention has been like unbridled monkey mind, you know, so like monkey mind is the mind that we all think is very smart. In fact, the monkey mind believes itself it's very smart. And we fall into the trap of thinking that all our thoughts are true, but most of them are actually not true at all. So this is where the trouble starts and where we suffer a lot. We suffer most from our own internal thinking, not really from Donald Trump or anything like that, or from our politicians. It's how we think in ourselves. So, okay, so give yourself a bit of a rating. Where has your attention been? Like 10 being like extremely happy and good, and 0 being like super down in the dumps and like stinking thinking. And okay, 6 is probably good, but it could have been better. I'm even probably admitting today my thinking has been a bit around 5, and because I had a few external stresses, see how we make excuses straight away, but I must have attracted them into my life as well, and then I couldn't shake them off. So just give yourself a rating, an honest rating, because it's all about honesty. Okay, now I want to do a fun exercise with you, one that's easy, so and it's different to meditating, and it's also different to tuning into your body. We're just simply going to trick the mind. So I'm going to ask you what do you want? What is your biggest desire for yourself right now in this very moment? What is a wish that's never been fulfilled? What is something that you have always wanted to do, or maybe suddenly want to do? And I want you to think about that. So for example, right now, I'll just give you an example. Right now, I wish I was on a motorbike with Pete, trekking through Alaska and Siberia, a long way away from society, from the pressures of life, and just Pete and me, and it's nice and cool because of course I'm feeling hot, and I love the snow and the ice and just that atmosphere and adventure. And when I think about it, I feel like every cell in my body is firing up. Okay, so I'm inviting you to be completely crazy and what people would call delusional or grandiose ideas. So just think of something that comes to mind right now. Okay, so if you can think of something, please share it in the comment box, because I want to know. So for some crazy reason, my body says I want to be on a motorbike with Pete. Like I can't even. Normally I hate motorbikes, by the way, and trekking through Alaska and Siberia and having an adventure of a lifetime. Okay, so that's completely crazy, irrational, and delusional. But now watch and you do your big dream. So think of something. I'm encouraging you to think really big, like play the piano on the moon. Anything. Peter, when I asked him, he said he wants to buy one of those deserted villages in Italy or Spain or France, you know, where you can buy a whole village for $1 or €1, and he wants to do up all the houses there. and then, you know, remain there for the rest of his life. So what can you think that gives you a really, really deep thrill? And just forget about your kids, forget about your hobby. It's just for you. Okay, and when you've got your dream or your desire, I want you to take notice what happens inside your body. Suddenly you get energy, suddenly your neurons are firing in a different way. And remember what I said, neurons that fire together wire together, so you're starting to rewire your body and your nervous system, and you've immediately raised your frequency. So what about what else can I say? You can dream about winning $1 million. Sometimes that's really good for people. I'm getting $1 million tomorrow. And give yourself a chance to believe it. Give yourself a body, your body, the cells in your body, a chance to really believe it, because what it does, it has an opening effect on your body and on your nervous system. Interrupts the pattern of negativity and low vibration that we seemingly have no choice over because our programming is so deep. And by the way, 80% of your normal thoughts are the same as yesterday, a year ago, and what your parents thought and what they thought before. And like for centuries, we've been thinking the same thing. So we have to, it's about interrupting that kind of drag and introduce something completely different, that your body gets a big startle. Be like a child, because children do this all the time, and we all know how much energy children have. And by the way, when you give yourself permission to do that, it's like you get connected to the source, to God or to the universe. The universe will be smiling down on you. Okay, so just I'll give you a minute to come up with something. And then feel that enjoyable sensation in your body, and you know that you're rewiring yourself now and attracting a good day into your life tomorrow. Okay, so some people have forgotten how to dream, so maybe you can think of buying an island in Fiji or something, and that's my island, like Tony Robbins. And it's just beautiful for the rest of my life. That's where I want to be, or I want to keep that as a retreat. So things like that. So that's really important, that you get the hang of it, that you start playing like that. And if you've forgotten how to do it, I'm going to encourage you to play this with your children and just listen how easy they do it, and then you can learn from them, because they still have flexibility. Okay, so for people who don't like to meditate like the traditional way, this is a beautiful shortcut, because you're going to rewire your entire nervous system and induce a different state in your body, and the universe will respond to that. And so actually you are starting to magnetize happiness and abundance and prosperity. And if we don't do this, though, we'll be doing the opposite most of the time. We'll just be attracting more kind of dullness, lifelessness, stress and tension in our life. So this is a really good tension interrupt. So for instance, how else can you use this practice? So first of all, I'm going to suggest you do this every morning. When you lie in bed, before you get out of bed, just think of a crazy idea. So tomorrow I might not be on a motorbike in Siberia at all. Tomorrow something else might pop into my head, or I might be thinking of the same thing. So, and I want you to really pretend, play along with it, because actually those thoughts are given to you from source or from God, because the universe is unlimited and you're simply a field of unlimited potential. And so this is a way of opening up and feeling into that and playing with it. So that's the foundation. And then secondly, as you go through the day and you come across little stresses, I want you to practice immediately turning it around. So let's say, for instance, it's bill paying time. So what's tomorrow? Friday night seems a crazy night to pay bills, but let's say you decide to pay your bills tomorrow night. Now notice where your attention is when you do that. Okay, so instead of feeling okay, first of all you notice maybe some tension is building up because maybe you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. So now use your monkey mind, put it to good use, and your monkey mind is saying to you, for every dollar I give out in this bill, I get $2 back. Or you can say for every check, well, I don't write checks anymore, for every $100 that I transfer, I get $200 back in the next week or in the next month. Or you can make it as big as you like. So that immediately will give you a sense of relief. And you say to the universe, I'm open to gifts. So that's how you can overcome that challenge, and just keep practicing, and your attention will gradually change, your focus will change, and that the universe will follow you. And then, so if you have a serious health challenge, this is especially important, that you are totally unrealistic. So for instance, you've got cancer and the doctors told you you've only got 3 months to live or 6 months, or your chances of getting better are slim, and so on and so on. That's what we call reality. But remember, you're a field of infinite potential, and your tumors can all disappear overnight. Change can happen in an instant. So if that's you, you can lie in bed and just simply think of your tumors as loving messengers that come to tell you something, and you love those tumors rather than resist them. You shower them with love, and you can put your hands on them and give them some attention, and then you can visualize yourself being younger than before, like coming out the other end with a new body, because every 11 months we have a new body. And your new body is better than the one that you had before. And your body believes everything your mind tells you. So it's really important that you become delusional there too. Delusional is actually a strange word, but I want you to really get the message, how powerful it is. That's what I used to do when I was hit by a truck and I was in Melbourne, paralyzed. It was stinking hot weather like this time of the year. There was really nothing to be joyful about actually, and I was in a lot of pain. I couldn't move. I was sweating. There was no reprieve from the pain. I couldn't run away, of course, so all I was left with was my mind, my monkey mind, which could have easily just pulled me down all day long, but I just spent my time thinking of running through the garden, you know, feeling fitter and younger than I'd ever had, and just thinking of those 10 weeks of lying flat on my back as a holiday, that sort of thing. So, and your body will respond to that, because that's how you raise your frequency and you get what you want. So I want you to think of something that you find challenging in your life, and how can you turn it around to make it completely crazy, like give yourself permission to exaggerate, and then run with it. That's what you need to do, because the opposite, unbeknownst to us, we're actually doing the opposite non-stop. And sometimes I get questions from my clients and they say, well, how do you stop catastrophic thinking, right? Because catastrophic thinking, that's what we've been trained to do by society. And well, this is a really good way. Just simply start, first of all, take your attention right away from your situation today. Go off into outer space, or tropical island, or Siberia, or Africa, or, you know, playing with lions, or anything that pops into your mind. And then that's the foundation that immediately changes the feeling in your body. And then you start to tackle your little hurdles that you come across during the day. So in NLP, this is actually called reframing. Reframing is a really powerful tool. So today, actually, I had a funny thing happen to me. I had a beautiful craniosacral session with Sarah Ann today, and I felt like completely in alignment. It was long overdue. I loved every minute of it. As I walked to the car, and it was all flat grass, I don't know how it happened, I tripped over a pebble or something, and I did a face plant. Anyway, and then my first initial reaction was, oh, now I've probably undone the beautiful effects of the treatment. I'm probably all off center again and so on. But then when I thought about it, I thought, well, maybe I needed grounding, maybe I needed some time connecting with the grass and all the rest. And I immediately told myself how much I loved myself for being clumsy, how much I loved my body, and I loved myself for feeling embarrassed and humiliated because I fell over right in front of the fourth pub, of course. So instead of allowing those stresses to build up, use your monkey mind to heal your body rather than using your monkey mind to pull your body down. So I said, I just love myself so much. My body obviously wants to play and it's playing tricks on me. And you know, within a few seconds, all my stresses had disappeared and I still feel really, really good. So I hope you find this helpful. So the key points are, pay attention what you focus on during the day, and then change your thinking pattern by becoming completely delusional. You have my permission, it's very healthy for you. And spend at least 30 minutes a day having your delusional thoughts. Let them inspire you and swim in them, you know, make them feel, you feel that spaciousness, and then watch what happens to your life, what starts to happen for you, like good things will start flowing into your life. So I hope you've really enjoyed this, and let me know if there is something else that you really want me to share next Thursday. Otherwise I'll just keep going on my own normal tangents. Hope to see you all again next week, and thanks for tuning in, Elizabeth as well, and everyone. Talk to you soon. Stay safe. Bye.